Hello friends, today I'll be explaining how I beat Alternate Challenge Dungeons 2, level 11. For other team builds and suggestions on how to tackle this dungeon, you can check out my blog post which is linked in the description portion of the video. The only enemy in this challenge is Princess Valkyrie. I'll be calling her Valk for sake of convenience. She drops with a plus 297 and completing the dungeon gives you a Dragon Killer Layton as a reward in your in-game mail. She has 100 million HP and a 50% resolve. She has a status shield of 999 turns and nullifies single hit damage of 10 million or more for 999 turns. When she's below 50% HP, she heals to full and changes her own attribute. And when she's above 95% or below 20% HP, she changes her own attribute and hits for up to 1 million damage. My strategy is half cheese as I didn't install the full 999 turns. I'd like to credit Panda Pet Pad as their video gave me the idea and I just adjusted my team based on what I had in my own box. Firstly, the leader is double reincarnated Venus. This gives you a 93.75% light resist. Valk only changes her attribute if you hit her below 50 or if she is in one of her 2 danger zones. So if you follow the strategy correctly, you should always have your element resistance to make for easy stalling. Because your lead Venuses have auto heal, you don't even need to match heart orbs when stalling. And auto heal and skill charging will only work if you make at least one combo, so keep that in mind. My subs were mostly chosen for their light rose or skill boosts. Rose is the best way to aim for damage in this dungeon as it gives even more even damage distribution than TPAs do. And each Revo Venus already has 3 rows, so she's built to lead a row team. Skill boosts are necessary to make sure you have enough active skills up on turn 1 to bring Valk below 95%. Zeus and Hera is solely there for the skill boost because I didn't have anything else with light main attribute that had 3 skill boosts. My team has 10 skill boosts and 10 rows. For the kill shot, I have Loki and Sheena inherited onto the team. These can be substituted with other cards, just to make sure that you have a strategy to do a good amount of damage in one turn. Every other inherit besides Loki and Sheena is a gravity. You must have at least one 10% gravity, and the others should also be somewhat low, like 25% or under. Don't worry about the cooldowns of your gravities, as stalling will be easy. Another important note is don't bring true gravities like Trail. She will not do damage unless you stall the full 999 turns. My gravities are 2 Chesters and 2 Securias, and the Red Female Hunter is another example of a 10% gravity. As for badges, I recommend the attack badge as you won't really have the need for more HP recovery, and Venus's attack multiplier is only 36 times, which is like somewhat low in the current meta. Finally, we're ready to enter the dungeon. Turn 1, you have to do more than 5 million damage. With the number of skill boosts I have, I can use Wukong, Pollux, and Venus. Remember that Venus gives you 2 times damage if you match 2 light combos. I make as many rows as possible here to maximize on the row awakening. After that begins your little stall grind. I'm only doing 1 combo at a time to make the stalling as fast as possible. Auto heal is keeping me alive as I charge my skills. I also try to conserve light orbs and then use them all at once to slowly grind Valk closer to 50%. You want Valk to be as close to 50% as possible when you start using your gravities. But be careful, if you hit her under 50%, it's game over. You see how my team is composed of 6 cards? Between the 3rd and 4th cards is the halfway point of Valk's HP bar. So why grind Valk so close to her healing threshold? The answer to that lies in math. 10% gravities will work as long as Valk is just under full HP. The full cheese method takes advantage of this. For that method, you use a true damage or nuke active, and then a 10% gravity to get Valk out of her danger zone. If Valk is at full HP, 10% of 100 million is 10 million, so she will nullify her gravity. That's why you have to use the nuke first. If your gravity is larger than 10%, then logic follows that Valk will need to be at a lower HP for your gravity to actually do damage. 50% is the threshold at which my 20% gravities will work. When Valk is at 50% HP, she has 50 million HP, and 20% of that is 10 million. So she has to be just under 50% for the gravity to do less than 10 million damage. That is why your team must include at least one 10% gravity, because only that will work when Valk is above 50%, and you can't naturally bring her to 50% as she will heal herself. When all of your skills are up and ready, you pop the gravities in order of smallest to largest percent. So I use my 2 10% gravities first, and then my 2 20% gravities to bring Valk as low as possible. Then I can burst her to death with my bicolor board and Loki active. The 999 turn stall method is similar to this, except it's best to bring a bunch of Zeus and Hera and use the true damage and Chester method to bring Valk below 95% on the first turn. Also, Trail will work once Valk's damage null goes away, so if you bring Trail, you don't have to worry about preparing a kill shot. You can simply wait out the shields and then active spam her to death. That's about it for my explanation. A few additional notes. Also in the description box, I've included the Revo Venus run that influenced my own, and a link that directs to a stream replay of my winning C11 run. Unfortunately, some of the audio of the stream replay has been muted due to copyright issues. Sorry about that. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you have any suggestions or requests, and good luck beating Valk. Thanks, everyone.